So I'm just going to get started by taking a spoolie. I like to take like some clear soap, and so I'm honestly just taking like this handmade soap that came from my boyfriend's uncle. He makes handmade soaps for his family and everything, so this is just like a bar soap. Basically, it has to be clear. It can be any kind of soap that you're going for or that you like or prefer, but it needs to be clear, and it's going to act almost as a gel for your eyebrows. So rub your spoolie in that, and you have to be kind of aggressive about it. I'm just using up and down motions and spinning my spoolie around to make sure I get it all coated. And now I'm going to, hopefully you guys see that's my brow, I'm going to roll and comb through my brows exactly how I want them to lay with a little bit of pressure. And if you can see the difference now in between my brows, this one's like exactly how I want it, and absolutely no flyaways, and it's all very, very tame and manicured. An angled brush. So I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the color Chocolate, and I'm going to put that on my brush. I'm going to start by doing imagine if my eyebrow was in thirds. I'm going to do 2/3 back darker and this top third lighter. So I'm going to start by doing my 2/3. And so I start about right here, and I just make a straight line across the top. But I follow to the tip of my eyebrow. And it's okay if it's a little messy. We are going to clean it up with concealer. Okay, so once I've done that part of my brow, I like to take my brush, and instead of holding it like this and drawing with it, I'm going to hold it like this, okay? And I'm going to place it on that line and gently drag the product down into my eyebrow, if that makes sense. So I'm going to press at the top of that line and gently drag it down. And then press at the top of the line, drag it down, and continue. And then I brush it through, and I add a little bit to the front because my brush is empty, and this creates the fading effect that I want. Okay, once I have finished the top of my brow, I apply more Dip Brow Pomade. This is like the exact freaking process I use to do my brows for you guys because this is my most requested. I'm going to start the same place I did last time. I'm going to apply a lot of pressure and I'm going to pull it all the way to the tip in one motion. And then I like to fill the tip of my eyebrow in. And I make it really sharp later, so don't worry if it's a little bit sloppy or uneven. Then I just take a little bit of product on my brush. Like I don't want much at all. And I'm going to fill in this middle part. Just with stroke marks. Short little stroke marks kind of resembling hair. And then I'm going to clean up the underneath of my eye a little bit sharper. Okay, now this is the most important part for the fading of the ombre. The same thing I did by pushing out this on the top and dragging it down, I'm going to push and pull up to create an ombre. So I'm going to create a line. Earlier we had a line to go off of, but now I'm creating a line, and it's really, really faded. But that's okay, because now you can tell it is filled in. So now I like to take a brow powder, and this is just some Kiss brow powder. My palette's really gross and dirty, so that's why I'm not showing it to you. But I'm taking the darkest color, and I'm just dipping this is a fatter angled brush that I have. I'm just dipping it in there, and I'm going to apply it to the back 2/3 of my eyebrow to give it an even darker, more ombre effect. And I kind of lightly touch up on places that look a little sparse as well, just very lightly with my brush. Okay, now I am going to take a flat concealer brush, and this one I use specifically for my eyebrow concealer. Every time I use it for absolutely nothing else. And so it just looks like this. And the concealer I'm going to be using is the Maybelline Fit Me in 10. It's the color Light. This is my favorite concealer to use underneath my eyebrows. I use it every single day, nothing else. It is super, super runny. And yeah, it's just like the perfect consistency and the perfect shade for my brows, and it cleans it up and erases everything. So I'm just going to take the stick of this and just wipe the product onto my brush from there. And then I'm going to very, very gently underline my brows. Now I'm going to do the top of my brow. I use the same brush that I use to fill in my brows, and I don't add any product to it, and I just literally fill in or mark exactly where I marked. So I'm just going to very gently draw this line across the top. And I drew a little bit outside. That happens. I just take the same brush I used for concealer, no added product, just the brush, just the brush. And then I blend it all out. And that is how I do my brows. And so yeah, this is the difference, guys. So these are my finished eyebrows, guys. I went ahead and did both of them for you. And yeah, that's how I fill them in. And then I do my makeup. I always do them first. I hope you enjoyed this video.